That right there is water coming out of this hole. Hopefully everything is golden. If it were easy, everybody be doing it. Anyway, I'm happy because I was able to fucking take this shit off, respecting that curvature pretty much generally here, because this is what's gonna fucking mount onto the other one. Yeah. I gotta put some letters on it, like left, right, right, left. I wouldn't get confused when I'm putting it back together. But I'm doing this because this is gonna mount to it. Yeah. And that's gonna weld to this, and this is gonna fucking mount back to the original leaf springs, and we'll be in business. One of these clamps had that fucking acorn on it, and it was this side, and you can see it's all fucking stripped. Thankfully I have this from an old Ford, and they're almost the same, pretty much. Same thread pattern anyway, so should be golden. The clearances of all this shit are tighter than a nut's asshole. However, it looks like it's gonna fly. I have the original mounts. They're already kind of lined up where they're supposed to be welded on. But I still gotta do like some little tapping with a hammer, and then center it, and then I gotta bring the angle finder that I have and zero it out, more or less guesstimating where it'll be golden for the dry shift to work. Golden. But I'll bring the angle finder right now and I'll show you. 10 fucking 4. Way more work than I expected. So I was thinking, if this is a 700 R4, does it need to have a kickdown cable? And it does need to have a fucking kickdown cable. And the cable thing is right here. We're gonna need that if we want this shit to actually shift. I might have one. Oh yeah, baby. First startup, I just changed the spark plugs. I'm gonna take off the little adapters and put NGKs on it because I have these XLs, but they were burning out. It wasn't even starting good anymore. I gotta check for idling, vacuum leaks or some shit, but yeah. I'll give her a good running right now. What are you doing? Hey. What are you doing? Kinda just been doing office work today because it's been raining on and off. Can't really do shit. I gotta weld taps on that differential. I can't weld in the wetness, but still extending this fucking wiring for the light and ends and odds. Trying to do something. I hate the fucking weather, yo. 79 shovel where it'll fit. Testing out this headlight. Looks pretty good. You hear it clacking? I always fuck up with the switch because it's different than my soft tail. That front motor, man, you gotta put it back together and shit because of that fucking crash bar. I don't like how that fucking crash bar looks on it though. I think it's too fucking thick. I'll see right now. Tail lights, signal lights, brake lights. I keep forgetting which fucking button it is. It's a little bit different than my other Harley, but whatever. This is a fucking angle finder, which I will utilize to ballpark this rear end, so when I put the fucking drive shaft and the other motor I'm gonna put, it doesn't bind the U-joints. Usually eyeball it or like put it to how the direction of the transmission was, but since we are gonna change the transmission, I'm gonna just base it off of one of these other vehicles here, probably my 52. And even though it's a 52 two-door hardtop, it should be the same shit. Also, I'm just gonna tack it, so in case there's anything, I might just go back and undo it. Low key, I'm not gonna lie, it almost feels stupid to put this shit on this car because they stored this shit without the torque converter and there's a gang of dirt in there. I'm just trying to fucking really clean the seal and everything. I have mineral spirits with oil on this fucking rag so I don't hurt it, but anyway, cross your fingers, your toes, and your assholes. Low key, I'm not gonna lie, it almost feels stupid to put this shit on this car because they stored this shit without the torque converter and there's a gang of dirt in there. I'm just trying to fucking really clean the seal and everything. I have mineral spirits with oil on this fucking rag so I don't hurt it, but anyway, cross your fingers, your toes, and your assholes. So this torque converter is for a 350 or a 700 R4, but the transmission is not a 700 R4. I think the transmission is a 400 because that's a thick ass shaft. Yeah, and this shit will never sit in there. I just brought it over here so I can sit it on this one so you can see the difference. And you can see that it has a smaller diameter circle in there where that smaller shaft goes. The other transmission is not the same. I was thinking maybe I could use this one, but then I saw that it does have an electric fucking shifter. Should I have to fucking do some research? I don't know. It sucks because I just sold the other 350 that I had that was for older car. Doesn't have a computer. But yep. Yeah, so is this old 350? Or is it a 700? Or is it an old 400? I don't know. It looks like the 400 I had in my dually because of the thick shaft. You can see the difference from the other one. It doesn't have a little penile member here sticking out that engages the inside of the other torque converter. So, hell yeah, my brother. Plus, I don't know, man. This is a lot of water in this bitch. But I think that 700R4 I have might not work because it has the electric plug. That's iffy with those, because I think only the first year 700R4 you could run it with a carbureted car. From then on you can't. Yeah. And that is out of an 88, so what do you think? Starting on the axle flip here real quick. Axle flipped. Yeah, I repurposed the fucking U-bolts, and I had a pillow from this other axle, and then the top hats are kind of upside down now, but you know, they're just holding it. Ain't not a big deal doing shit, I'm saying. Yep. Just changes the vehicle once you axle flip it, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of folks know these, but big body GM cars from the 60s, probably from 66 and up, Impalas and GM cars are 5x5. That's why I have OBS wheels on this 66, and I'm gonna jack these OBS wheels for this short bed. They're offset. I got these tires and they're kind of just rotting here, and I don't really move this car, so I'll just take them. Hell yeah, those OBS dealies though, they be looking sexy with the chrome lugs. I can't run those spikes on this truck because those are 1/2x20 thread. It's crazy because all the old school C10s, they have 1/2x20 in all the old cars, but then they change to whatever the fuck these modern ones are. Put the OBS steelies, but this truck was missing a couple of lug nuts, lugs, studs, so I guess I'll get into that sometime. Kinda sucks that these 14 steelies won't fit the square body even with the spacer because they're 14s and has disc brakes. Interestingly enough, they do fit the OBS, but I took them off the OBS because I put on these OBS steelies so I can run it with original hubcaps and shit. They're similar to those, but not exactly. So I'll put the turbines back on the yellow square here. Meanwhile, even though I am trying to sell them, they're marked 15 by 8.5 Western wheel made in the US. I really care for them though.